You don't see him anywhere amongst the trees or anything.
So
Um,
we're in search of the
but
lumberjack friend again.
as as you're sort of heading up the road, getting into like the more mountainous areas, the sort of like flickering reflection of the sun passing through the like tops of the trees and like reflecting on the window, you see a faint reflection of a face without features,
Oh, good.
sort of mirroring your own, staring at you from a place beyond where you are.
How the hell did you do that?
uh, I'm sorry. Can I get that one more time?
So, like, you're looking out the window, and the light reflecting off of the window from like the sun, as it's like flickering between the trees, briefly illuminates a faceless face mirroring yours.
Oh dear. Okay, right. It's like my reflection for a moment was the lumberjack. Okay.
Yep. Pretty much. And this happens like a couple of times as the sun sort of like flashes across the glass.
Right. Okay.
And that's
Um,
when we got. That's when we escaped from the lumberjack the third time. As I'm in there just like, telling tales.
Yeah. So Knave is like very interested in your whole tale. Dominus is just kind of like sitting thoughtfully, not really engaging. And Rapture just kind of like frowns and listens quietly. And when you more or less conclude your tale, Knave says, "Well, that is fascinating. I would very much like to meet this lumberjack, I think."
Well, we're about to. It seems. Isn't he up at the
Well,
history museum?
that's one of Raptor's friends, right?
She nods and says, "Yes. I won't lie. It's disturbing to think that something like that would happen to him in the future.
Hmm.
It doesn't sound
Well, we don't actually know that
good."
yet.
Well,
We don't know where the lumberjack comes from in our time.
perhaps.
But you have drawn parallels to my friend.
Yeah.
Yes.
But perhaps being here at the origin, we can maybe help him in the future.
Perhaps. She says, not sounding too convinced.
If
Hey.
it is him.
We.
Hey, look what we just accomplished.
I'm not discounting anything, but it
Ye of
is.
little faith.
Those who rely entirely on faith are those who end badly in this world.
Who is the father? Who is the other fate magic here, or fate mage here?
There's a difference between faith and fate.
Not when you can change it.
No. That's Knave, though, right?
That's Knave, yeah.
Time fate.
Yep. And I'm like, not when you can change it. It's one and the same.
So you say. And she kind of glances over at you and Knave, like
Yep.
sitting behind you or whatever, and says, like, you two are certainly born of the same soul.
I just look
Regardless of what might happen in the future, I don't think we should tell him about this conversation.
That's fine.
It would
I agree.
be unlikely to be
Helpful.
beneficial to him.
Yeah, wouldn't help anyone.
So you pull up like down the dirt road, which is like barely even a road now. Like it's a dirt road in modern time, or like a gravel road.
Yeah.
This is like,
A cart path, like an ox cart.
yeah, like pretty much like there's grass growing in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm. It's a game
Um,
trail.
Yeah, it's more like a game trail, exactly. So you pull up to this lodge style cabin in the woods there, and as you sort of roll up and begin getting out of the car, the door on the porch swings open, and you see a big burly guy with this like long mane of sort of brownish hair and lumberjack beard.
But he has a face.
He has a face. It's got like a broad, smiling mouth, big sort of like somewhat bulbous nose, and just generally a very like jovial, like Santa Claus-esque
Oh, of
air
course.
about him.
Of course, because only the nicest people get transformed
Yeah.
into fucking horrible things.
And as you guys step out, he says, "Rapture, you're back, and I see you've brought friends. Come to enjoy my museum, eh?"
You could say that.
I'd like to for the first time.
And Rapture kind of like smiles, goes up to him, gives him a hug, and says, "Good to see you again, friend. These are my wartime companions." She goes around, introduces all of you, and says, "And this is Dave."
Big Dave.
He kind of chuckles and says, "Yeah, a lot of people call me that."
As they should.
I play a small part in this grand, mysterious world of yours, but I'm content to do so. The Hallow has done well in your absence. I've made sure that no ghosts or spirits have come to bother it.
Impressive. Are you awakened at all?
Just aware.
Okay.
And he kind of like as he sort of leads you inside, he picks up a big old wood cutting axe, which you see there is like magic flickering around, and says, "Rapture wove some things into this to let me shoo away some more intangible friends of ours."
Nice.
Huh.
Well done. So, what's the score here? How are we?
Oh, you wanted me to give you a tour?
It was mostly like directing that to the Rapture in the group.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Rapture kind of sighs a little bit and smiles and says, "Well,
Maybe
you're the
later.
ones who wanted to come here, but as Dave mentioned, there is a Hallow here.
Mhm.
He collects the TAS
Mhm.
if you need any mana."
Is that what we were here for? Mike forgot.
You just
well,
wanted to meet this guy, I'm pretty sure.
Mostly we were curious about if he looks like a lumberjack or not.
Okay.
But also, while we're here, yes, mana I'm low on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I could probably do the same. Let me look at me guy. I am. Oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 down. I'm 8 mana down.
Oof. Yeah. You burned through a lot in that fight, so
Oh yeah,
Yep.
I didn't care.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, that's the time to use it.
I'm missing 10.
Ooh. All right. 18 mana. Yeah, so
We have a week.
you have a week.
All right. Yeah. How much? I think we can get some back. Like
Yeah, So
Not that we
Dave kind of like leads you into the back and says, "Oh yes, I got a pretty good stock. We distributed out to some of the other locals as they need it for compensation, of course. But you're friends of Rapture. She and I sort of mutually own this Hallow.
Oh, well.
I got a couple of different options. He sort of like leads you into this back room where there's a whole like shelf of different kinds of like bottles. Some of my homemade soda flavors, just normal water if you're looking for that.
I'll try your homemades.
I got maple syrup, pumpkin,
Awesome.
and spearmint.
Give me that syrup.
All right.
I'm eating a waffle right now. So.
Yep. He sort of like takes the bottle, like knocks the cap off on the edge of a table and hands it over to you.
Mm-hmm. Glug glug.
Yeah, it's kind of like very sweet carbonated soda. Yeah, pretty good though.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it gives you 1 point of mana.
Yay.
But Rapture kind of looks at all of you and says, I think this is quite a powerful Hallow. We should be able to recharge your reserves for your journey back home before your time is up here.
Sure.
I think that whatever may happen in the future, you will need all the power you can muster.
Yes, it seems that way. I used a super entity to get here, and another super entity is going to fuck with us on our way back. So, yes, this should be fun.
Indeed, it will. Yeah, so while you're here, you just kind of like chill, make small talk.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk with everyone. Just kind of do the rapport. So it's like these people that we met for the giant event of our lives aren't just nobodies. We kind of remember them a little and
right.
Get
to know them a little more now that you're not talking about like the big stuff. Of course, the big stuff is still kind of looming over your shoulder.
Yep.
But yeah, you learn Rapture is like of sort of a mix of like Hispanic and like Native American descent from this area. And she is one of the mages whose like ancestry is linked pretty closely to Santa Fe and the city. There is actually a larger presence of mages here than there is in your time. And it's kind of like a mix of pentacle mages and independent sort of nameless cabals and orders. Nobody that you know. You probably go and like ask about various people, but you're like 70 plus years in the past right now, so
right.
Everybody that you know hasn't even been born yet.
Or if they have, maybe not awakened yet.
Yeah. Knave is, of course, a time traveling eccentric. You definitely get along well with him, Gray, as you did while you guys were busy doing more serious things. But I mean, you're definitely not the same person, but you definitely share interests in like messing with time in ways you probably a wiser person wouldn't. We'll just put it that way.
Oh man.
And he is also pretty interested in like the future and just like how it is.
Hmm. Yeah, he's seen
See-
our phones now.
Yeah,
Can't unsee that.
and I think he mentioned before he's already like jumped a little bit into the future because he awoke during World War One and then
Mhm.
got time traveled to World War Two after he tried to kill Hitler before Hitler started World War Two.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. Did he
Yeah.
ever find out why that happened?
no, that's like one of his big things.
Oh
One
yeah.
of his big goals. He wants to figure out who is protecting Hitler from being deleted from time.
Well, I think it. Well, I don't know what.
Who or what?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was the Celestes, but I don't know if they have that kind of power.
You talked about it a little bit, and Nave says he's pretty sure the Celesti that you fought are not powerful enough to do that.
Right. So then they had to have gotten something like I did, like a supernatural entity to do that.
Yeah.
So they made a
He-
deal with their mega
Yep.
god.
Kind of nods thoughtfully and says, maybe some powerful entity or an archmage is my other thought.
Mhm. Or considering, well, let's see here. The world events of this time, like their effect on our future can't be understated.
Mhm.
uh, folks who exist in that future would probably be invested in keeping it that way.
Curious.
Well, it's like some centuries from now, if we stop, some centuries from now, there's going to be people born that wouldn't have been otherwise if the events today were changed, right?
And technologies that wouldn't have existed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's true, actually.
I'll tell you from personal experience, the development of weapons from the Great War to the Second War, Second World War,
Yeah.
are significant.
Yeah, you don't even know what they do in the next 50 years.
Yeah, and
They got this show
After
called
this
Modern
one.
Weapons, and holy shit.
yeah, actually, now come to think of it, out of this war, a great technology discovered is atomic power.
Some dude became death. Oppenheimer.
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
Some dude named Oppenheimer made some famous quote, and now he's synonymous with death.
Um,
Well, you'll hear
Dominus says, I have heard some rumors about that sort of thing in the circles that I walk, more traditionally academic than Nabe's
yeah.
situation, whatever you want to call your studies.
Mm.
Hey,
Yeah.
history is academic. I don't know if the changing of it is, but
Yeah, well,
it's our sort of academic,
yeah,
more
more fluid.
unique.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
History's not written in stone. It's
Yeah.
written in invisible ink.
On an infinite number of pages.
Yes.
what's the date today?
In right now, it is 1945, April something, April Probably like 5th or 6th, 1945.
Okay. Sorry, I just had to Google when the Trinity test was.
The Trinity test?
It's 2 months from now.
2 months from
What's
Yeah.
that? Explosion?
Yeah, the first nuclear bomb test.
Ah, okay.
And then a
Anyways,
couple months later.
Yeah.
yeah. So it'll be like, yeah, by the end of the year, you'll see what we're talking about in the papers, I guess.
Yeah.
Or maybe you won't. Maybe it's a secret. Anyways, it's not important. It's Muggle stuff.
Yeah. Hey, has Area 51 been invented yet?
That was either. I feel like that was either World War II or like Cold War. Year built. Okay, it's Cold War. 55, 10 years from now.
Ah. All right. Damn it. Do I know where?
In Nevada.
I know, but like, I'm wondering if I could go there quick. Place some kind of thing right in the center where it's gonna be built.
Yeah, I imagine Gray knows exactly where Area 51 is, just because
Yup.
that's who he
This
is.
is the type of shit.
Yeah, it's like near Las Vegas, someplace.
Yep. Like, damn it, do I have enough time?
Place out in the desert.
I only have a week.
Go drop something, the sympathetic connection
Yep.
to use so you can teleport in later.
Yup. You got it.
Um,
And then I'm wondering, like, man, I wonder what kind of deterrence they have for that, though. Because,
well, nothing right now.
right, no, but I mean in the future. Like, I go to try to teleport in and I hit a fucking phase wall and get shredded by...
Who knows what Area 51 is
That's what
in
I
this
mean.
world?
That's what
Yeah.
I mean. I want to... That's a new one. All right, I just
That's
solved the World War II problem. On to Area 51.
Yeah, poke your nose into places it doesn't belong.
Next,
That's like
Atlantis. I'm
shoot for the stars.
Oh yeah. That way, if you hit the moon, you're okay.
Yep, that's how it works.
Yep.
Oh man.
Um,
All right, but without putting too many resources or efforts to it, I would bring that up and say, hey, who wants to make a quick road trip to Nevada?
Sam just raised an eyebrow and be like, "Are you talking about like Vegas or something?"
Yes, but more of the desert.
why is there something there?
There will be about 10 years, and then
Interesting.
Amadine might know what I'm talking about.
Nope.
Not thinking along those lines
No,
right now.
no. I haven't been, so I can't quickly get there.
Rapture kind of frowns as it's a lot of just nothing in between there and here.
At the moment.
And there pretty much still is in the modern time.
Well, I mean, yeah, in between there, yes.
Yeah, just like desert and nothing.
Yep.
Mm.
That was the
Anyways.
point. They built it in the middle of nowhere for a reason. Or they will build it in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Knaves says, oh, I don't imagine it would take that long. I do know that your United States is quite large, but
So I
can't be that large, can it?
no. Do we have
This is an adjacent state, right?
I think so.
I'm sure. It says no, Arizona is between there and here.
Ah.
And Nate just kind of waves his hand and says, bah. It's basically the same thing as this one, isn't it?
That's what I think.
After thinks is like, yes, more or less.
Goodness.
100 miles, 300 miles. What's the difference?
While we're here, though, Can I see the fountain room?
Oh, certainly. And as you guys sort of go down there, oh, by the way, are you gonna have are you going to allow Dave to give you a tour of the forestry museum?
Yeah, if he wanted to.
He definitely really wants to.
Yep.
People are visiting him in the middle of nowhere, guys.
You get the idea that there aren't very many people who visit this museum.
Mm-hmm.
But yes,
outside, I can't imagine.
Because
he gives you the whole rundown of like the history of forestry in this area. Like, you know, the first lumberjacks to come to New Mexico, and like all the different like methods of cutting down trees that they've used in the past and present.
Yep, from the axe to the saw to the fucking
all the different kinds of like saws here.
I've legitimately been on one of these before.
Yeah.
So I know what he's saying. Like Mike has, so.
Yep. The two-person saw.
Yep. The revolutionary two-person saw.
It's increased productivity by 47%.
Well, fuck. I mean, me and Merz were just talking about that. Like
it's actually like
from an axe to a saw to a chainsaw is like insane. Of like how much difference.
I wonder when chainsaws were invented.
But I mean, because like there's a chainsaw in you know, a bunch of survival games, and whenever you get that fucking thing, it changes your life.
Oh yeah.
And that's what I mean, like the technology increase from just axe to saw is big. Like, you know, how much faster you get work done, and then you go from saw to chainsaw, it's fucking stupid.
Yeah. The first chainsaw was designed by a German doctor in 1830. He called it the osteotome.
Okay, so it's like
from the Greek bone and cut.
It was meant to cut through bone, yeah.
Yes.
The osteo
okay,
saw.
yes, that's definitely not a modern chainsaw.
Are you looking that up?
Yeah.
It, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what that fucker looks like.
1933. It looks like is the first like wood cutting chainsaw. So yeah, they would actually exist now.
Osteo.
But they're probably a pretty new technology.
And that thing looks pretty badass for being invented. They're showing a picture of a modern chainsaw next to that article.
Yep. The first chainsaws were two-person things that were just like big blades that somebody held on each end.
There we go. Yep, I see it. There it
Yeah.
is. There it is. Yeah, cool.
Interesting.
All right. The things you learn when you go talk to Big Dave.
Yep.
Thank you, Big Dave. That's probably what I'd say too. Is, you know, like, hey, when was the first chainsaw invented?
Yeah, and he tells you about it.
Yeah, thanks. Perfect. I actually didn't know that.
Oh yeah, it's fascinating. The new technology.
Yep, the new technology. All right, I'm gonna pull up a video on my phone.
Do you have a video saved to your phone? Because you don't have internet connection.
Nope, but I'm gonna manifest one. No, I can't.
They're like humans have not been to space yet.
Yeah. I wanted to show them like one of those
Computers.
lumberjack competitions
Oh yeah.
where they fucking.
So you pull out your phone and
They're like, oh wait, damn it. Hey, Amadine, how far can you boost a signal across time?
I don't think so.
I
Damn
think you need
it.
time magic for that.
Ah, damn it. Can we combine a spell?
I mean,
You probably could.
Oh my god.
If you really wanted to like
yeah,
sink some effort into this, you could probably bring the internet back in time.
Oh my god.
It would basically be like clairvoyance, but with like a viewing screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not clairvoyance, but the
Wow. That's impressive.
prophecy or whatever.
Like, all right, Dave, there's something I would like to show you, but
Yep.
I don't know if it's worth the effort, and I still
Yep.
have to go to Nevada. So
Yeah. Well, it's like the internet we would receive through that would only be the most likely version of the internet to exist from now, right?
Oh.
what's your bandwidth, Amadine? What's your like? Would we get like the shittiest copy and it has to buffer all the time and like how much data can you bring over, or can I bring over?
Probably like a lot.
How many questions do you get from Prophecy?
Oh yeah, 5. So maybe 5 megabytes.
So, we'll be right back.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I imagine it would be tied to like a temporal sympathy of. You need some kind of temporal sympathy of that time, so it would be tied to like your phone
Mm-hmm.
as a temporal sympathy for that time. So like a snapshot of the internet from the last point in which your phone was in that time.
Cool.
That's probably what it would be.
Man, that's some neat magical questions right there.
Yeah.
How would we get internet back in time? What?
Of course, the extra fun part about that is that like the more often you would use it, the less reliable the information would be in the future. Just because like you're bringing it back to the past, you might be like messing with things.
Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to think of. Nope, I got nothing. I was trying to think of something, some kind of super tidbit I could give this guy of information and/or engineering that would just make him super rich and famous.
He doesn't really seem like cares about being rich and famous. He's pretty content to just sit in this forestry museum and tend to it.
Yep. But I mean, it would have to do with like woods and stuff. Like, hey,
Lumberjackery.
Lumberjackery, exactly. All right. Well, this is fun. Like I said, I definitely want to talk with him just because he gets a shitty fate. So I guess
in your time, he certainly does.
I guess I'll roll prophecy and try and find out what happens to him.
Sure.
Oh, I have my own dice.
Yeah.
Ask him.
But yeah, the reason I wanted to see the fountain was kind of just wanted to see that, just sort of confirm my hypothesis that there is not a door there right now.
Definitely. We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
So I succeed. 3 success.
Okay.
And what happens to Dave that alters his life to the way we know him in the future?
I don't
know him.
I don't think that's
Okay.
about question. You have to if something happens, what happens?
Okay. Well, that's if then yeah. Okay.
If X, then Y.
Okay. Is there anything we can do to prevent Dave's fate in our future, or ill fate? Because like something has happened to him to change.
Yeah. If you take the book with you.
Oh, that's good because you're planning on doing that anyway. I think. Okay.
That is the way to prevent it.
Nice. So, yeah, I'll actually bring that up to Rapture right away. Like, hey, by us taking this book with, we prevent that thing from happening to Dave.
Her eyebrow kind of raises and she nods and says, something to consider.
Mm-hmm. Another point in the why to bring it with column.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, you wish to see the Hallow, she says, looking at Amadine. And Dave says, well, I'll let you guys go do your magic thing.
Mhm.
Stay up here. I'm aware of it and all that, but I don't pretend to know anything about all the complex plans you have.
Well, yeah.
Good luck with whatever you're doing, though.
Thank you.
If you need any nice cool drink or some furniture made, you know the guy.
Yeah, I do. Well, actually, how much task did we get? I forgot. I think
You can fill up to full,
Oh, okay. Because yeah,
but
all I said
you
is
didn't get that much like right now, but you are going
eventually.
to. Yeah.
Over the course of the week and everything.
Yeah.
Okay, and I also have temporal health to deal with.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that would have like you were hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, Revel would have healed you after the fight, so you can tick that off.
Okay.
Same with the willpower.
My
I spent.
1 point lethal damage.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm back to good. After we're all done here.
Yep. Yeah, you will be pretty much fully recharged by the end of this week in all aspects.
Cool.
You'll
Sweet.
need to be.
Yep.
Okay.
Another.
I mean, we're not just showing up back to a time when these have no plan, and we'll just get to chill out with the book for a while.
Yeah, that'd
I mean,
be
that's
nice.
Maybe you will.
That'd be nice. We're gonna get back there right in the mouth of the fucking, everything that's happening. All right, we're waiting for you. Fight.
Oh damn! If we take the book with, Tenokai won't be killed by us.
When? Oh, is that because?
It's because he won't have had the book and manipulated our double to try and kill us.
Right.
But also,
Okay, another prophecy question: will Tenokai be alive when we return? If we return with the book?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no,
Oh,
because he's
not
undead.
alive.
But,
He's not
but
alive.
yes.
Yes, yeah.
He will. Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, he won't be alive when we get back." I was like, "But will he be undead?" It's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
burn another question." All right.
Yeah.
No, thankfully, prophecy. Like, if you cast divination, I would definitely say no, he's not alive.
Yeah.
But yeah, prophecy, you get a little bit more. So.
Yeah. It's a master versus a novice
Yep.
casting.
Yeah. The threads of time answer no, and then giggle to themselves.
Awesome.
Yeah, he will be undead still.
Yep. Okay, I guess.
Yep. Which I guess would be all right from our point of view, because he wouldn't have a reason to kill us.
Right. Will he be a threat to Santa Fe? Or at least, well, not really a threat. He never really was, but will all of his, everything we encountered of him, will that still continue? Like, will he continue down his same path when in our future?
It uncertain.
Okay, that's fine.
His nature will be the same, more or less, I suppose. Whether or not you conflict with him is hard to foretell
Okay.
from this point.
Yeah, it's almost up to us whether we go and fuck
Yeah.
with him. Okay. Like, he's there.
Doesn't
to fuck
seem
with.
like he would be like a direct, immediate adversary to you.
Okay. Like, yeah, we're not gonna get back there and then all the guys that.
And then Tenokai jumps out of a tree and like slaps you in the face.
Mm-hmm. And then we turn on our fucking flashlights and he's dead.
Did you bring your glow sticks this time though?
I am a 5th level time mage now. We always brought our everything.
Yeah, so there's that was the prophecy tangent. So Dave kind of goes back up to sit on the porch in his rocking chair, and you guys go down into the basement, like cavern area. All you mages.
Yep.
As you go down, Rapture says, "This Hallow, I surmise from the fact that you are interested in it, you've seen it in the future. It was originally created by mages hundreds of years ago of the Navajo tribes that lived here before the coming of Europeans. I've spoken to some of their ghosts and learned of the history. It turns out you can learn a lot about the past by talking to people that experienced it."
Huh.
She kind of smiles a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, interesting. So
I guess the reason I wanted to see this room is there's actually a handful. In this future of ours that may not happen anymore, this room contained the first of the 5 seals against the against that enemy, right?
Very interesting. As you go down like the sort of hallway to the fountain room, she kind of moves her hand across the carved symbols of high speech across the wall and says, "Very interesting. The fountain was originally constructed here, and the carvings to serve as a ritual site for spirit journeys and the like.
Yes.
Travels into the Umbra and the Astral. If I were to make a seal in the Santa Fe area, I would certainly use this as a location.
Yeah.
But there is none here now, and as you sort of step in the room, you see that there is indeed no door or chains in the wall, in the room.
Yeah.
It's just natural cavern walls surrounding by the fountain.
Yeah. Sam would point across the room. It's like, actually, I don't remember which wall of the room it was on, but
the far wall, I believe.
Yeah. Sam will gesture in that general direction. Yes. You guys make a facsimile of a door on the wall and chain it together. The breaking of that first seal is actually what awoken the 3 of us. Well, 2 of us now. If, as you say, we have your guys' souls, this is the place that they were installed.
The 3 of them sort of exchange looks, and Rapture nods and says, "That makes sense." It's kind of eerie learning about things that happen in the future and having them be the things that spring to my mind when the question is asked.
Of course. So yes, I'll do a little bit of extrapolation here, I guess. Is setting this place up as a position of the seal draws the Celesti here someday. Well, to break it, of course. If we seem to be increasingly likely to go down the path where we're taking the book with us, so this might not come to pass. But in addition to protections of some sort of seal, I don't know. I guess I would recommend anti-celestia measures. So
Dominus nods and says, naturally, I think the decision is up to you, of course, but we are willing to take this book and protect it as it seems we have done in your timeline.
Yeah.
Even knowing that the end of that road may not be a good one. And there's just kind of nods from the other two. And Knave says, I'm sure that Caliban and Revel would agree.
Okay. Well, Sorry, Wes is just trying to think here for a moment. What do we actually want to do with the rest of this week?
It's probably like a silence that falls across the group as you all sort of stand around this pool of Tass, the fountain bubbling.
Our origin.
Yeah. The gravity of this location's significance lingering in all your minds. both as an origin and an end point.
A potential end.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because to set up the seals, they basically, I guess, are going to be ripping their souls out of it. So.
Yep.
That's where their story ends and yours begins.
Yep. And why we are who we are. So yeah, we wouldn't even be what we are without you performing this act.
Yeah, but also, it was the Celestia that undid it and made us.
Ugh, so crazy to think.
It's curious that the timelines end up being somewhat self-repairing. It seems so improbable that any small change would not be drastically different outcomes.
Right.
The universe is a fascinating place. That's Knave saying that. It says, I often wonder if there isn't some greater force at work, trying desperately to keep the threads we unravel together in a single coherent tapestry. I imagine if there is, they're quite frustrated in us right now.
His name is Ben.
His name is the Hand of Fate.
Meta.
Alright. Yes.
This, as we talked about earlier, Weston, this game ends with the Time Mages finding their way out of the game world and killing me.
Yeah, some straight Deadpool stuff. That's what Deadpool did. Yeah, he killed the writers.
Yeah. Oh man.
I guess, I mean, there is probably a universe that exists in this place that is the God's realm, which is your house, your basement. Like, you open a door, you walk down some stairs, you see a man in a white shirt at a computer.
That's kind of... I'm wearing a white shirt right now.
I know, I figured. I figured that was a safe bet.
pretty good gamble.
Out of like the 3 times you worked together, you're wearing a white shirt like every time. Like so, I figured.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Interesting. Yeah. So, who's carrying the sepulcher?
The book thing.
Yep, the book.
Unless we did something special with it, probably me.
Okay.
Since we've
You
had
have it.
some time back in Santa Fe, maybe it has like additional belts on it now.
Yeah, just like more reinforcement.
And then like an arrangement of them to make a better handle. Something.
Yeah. So this is like, I feel like there's so much more prep we should do, like magically and whatnot, to go back, and I don't know what it is. Like, I feel we should have super duper spells on that we don't even know about. Like, oh,
Yeah,
we should have this, and we should have this, and we should have this.
Like your fate stabilization and time stabilization spells, and then also the one that could be good for Clash of Wills dice rolls.
Yeah, there's a spell for that you're going to cast preemptively.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the only one that you decided on. Any other things would be unlikely to help that much.
Okay.
Yeah, but they still make us feel better.
Yeah.
Like, I would want to cast fucking some steadfast, some super superlative luck. I want everything. I want to go in this son of a bitch jacked up.
Yep.
I want some hung spells to give me some fucking rerolls. Actually, I might hung spell choose a threat a few times.
Goodness. And then so like and what you're doing the rest of the week doing that, then the rest of the week here that Sam would want to do is sort of take the attitude of dump all the knowledge and see what they make of it.
Dump all of the. You're gonna tell them the story of the campaign to date.
Yeah, how much of the future do you guys want to know? Because I don't care. I'll tell you the whole thing, kind of thing.
Yeah.
You already know my answer, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Sam would sit down and I don't know. We'd have to like write this down as we're talking about it, so they can reference it later.
Right.
I'd record it.
Yeah, you can do that if you want to.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'd record it with my phone.
Yeah.
Dominus would probably say it would be safer if you wrote it down, I think. Although 2 copies probably better than none.
Yeah, I figure while he's writing or whatever, I'll just record.
Vital audio has a tendency to delete itself sometimes.
I see.
Dealing with old analog magnetic tapes or whatever they got.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess the question then is, have you decided that you're definitely going to bring the book back with you?
Yeah. I think it's gonna be. It's too good. It's gonna be too good.
Yeah.
To bring it with, to not do it.
Yeah. And it's like we stand to lose a lot, but like
it's significant risk to yourselves at exchange for
guaranteed
better
for everybody
future
else.
for others.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm all right with that because we won't even know we're gone when it happens.
Mm-hmm.
It'll just. I hope. Like I hope it'll just blip out of existence.
So like this probably doesn't happen right away, but at some point you guys fully sort of to plan for that, and Knave kind of puts a hand on your shoulder, Gray, and says, wherever the future leads you, I'm sure that it will be an adventure.
Mm.
Just know that the three of us here, at the very least, we will make sure to help you however we can to prepare Santa Fe for your arrival and its arrival.
Mm. Yep. Yeah, and it's like and with like telling the story of the whole week, there's probably like 1 or 2 more field trips to other SEAL locations.
Yep, just yeah, you're gonna visit.
And
Um,
I gotta go to Area 51 if it's
So-
if it's possible.
So here's an interesting thing. If you want to open up the map for the Santa Fe Google map, you have the location of 4 seals.
The map.
Uh, you know there to be 5.
Right.
Can you guess where the 5th one is?
Let me get the map open. There it is. Okay. So, one of them is the Forestry Museum.
Yep, that's
Is
the
that one?
far east
Orange
one.
marker on the purple cross there.
I zoomed in too far. I mean, too far
One
away.
of them is at the 3-node convergence.
Yeah, they're labeled there's the Forestry Museum and then the second gate, third gate, fourth gate is what they're labeled.
Oh, right. The markers are labeled.
Yeah.
Wait, where's the Forestry Museum? Because it's not.
Yeah.
It's an orange marker. The
Oh,
furthest
there it is.
marker
It's,
to the
it's
east.
Santa Fe. Okay. Oh, hey, I know where it is.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to be up in the werewolves area.
Yeah.
The that other purple cross on the river.
Yeah, the cross of luck and flame.
I can't see those labels.
It's making a
Well-
pentagram or something.
Luck and what'd you say? Flame?
Yep.
Yes. Yep. That's the spot.
It sure is.
Yeah, that's why. As soon as 'cause all I did was I just clicked on them. I clicked on second, third, fourth, saw them pop up, and I'm like, okay, if the fucking National Forestry Museum is where I think it's gonna be, then I clicked on it. I'm like, yup, the other one's gonna be opposite of that.
Yep.
Oh, we never visited.
It's a big old ritual circle.
Yep, that's
Oh, man.
awesome. So the whole so Santa Fe was a ritual circle.
Yep, inside
Yeah.
a circle of binding.
Wow. And that was doing what? Or they're trying to do what? With a circle
They're
of
keep-
binding?
They're keeping.
Cthulhu out.
Yeah,
Keeping the what out?
Cthulhu or whatever it
Oh.
is.
they're imprisoning this entity.
So he's breaking these to let him. So Cthulhu, the thing that the forgotten one,
Yeah.
Mhm.
is sealed in the material world or whatever. What are we in?
This pentagram is locking it out of the material world.
Yeah, but the seal.
Yes.
The seal is so we can break through the material world right here. If this
It is both the gate and the lock. Yes.
Oh man.
Oh, I see. Oh. Right, so if the 5th seal breaks, we probably get to just erase Santa Fe from the map.
And then because now the door opens, which is the seal.
That'll be bad. Anyways.
Yep.
Right.
So that's
And
something
yeah, so, like, I
you
guess
realize at one point as you're like moving around to these different points, like, hey, wait a second.
Mm-hmm. Do we just
Like,
draw a
you're taking-
pentagram with our car? Or with
Yeah.
our teleports?
Oh man, we never went to go visit the 5th site in the future.
Hey, you're from here. Do you know about werewolves living over here?
There are quite a few werewolves in the surrounding environment, yes.
Mm.
They tend to be somewhat territorial,
I
shall we say.
I bring up the